Hey, what's up guys? Fireball Jack here, back again. So today I have a brand new video for you guys. This one actually is going to be a tier list. A tier list basically of just showing where I think the match, what's possible for the thing, what his matchup chart is like. So as you can see, I've pulled up the tank one first. We're going to go through each role individually. I'll have timestamps on the bottom so you can skip to whatever you think. And then I'll have a whole all together. So as we can see, we have the thing at the top, we have outmatched, we have mostly even, and tomato can. So what can I explain a little bit? So outmatched means these are characters that have an advantage over you or make your life as the thing a little bit harder. Enjoy the gameplay in the back while we're just doing this, okay? So mostly even means it depends on context. So team structure, what's happening in the very moment, all that jazz. And then tomato can. So tomato can is a saying in boxing that just means someone who's kind of a fodder pick, someone who's really easy. You know, this person is supposed to lose to you. So let's go through each one of them. I'm not saying that you will instantly win or instantly lose against any of these characters. Of course, skill means a lot and context even more, and teams. But generally, these are my opinions. So again, my opinions. I'm in Grandmaster at the moment with the thing. I've been playing him for basically every day since he came out for at least an hour or two. And in most comp games, this is what I feel like. We have Groot to start. Honestly, I feel like Groot is the best tank against the thing. Not because of damage or anything, but it's specifically because of Groot walls. Groot walls make the thing's life so much harder. You have no idea how hard it is to play the thing when you have a good Groot against you. Groot can wall you off so you can't look back and jump away to your team if you're starting to get hurt. He can wall you off, meaning you can't even charge away, and without the thing having any shields or any other mobility that isn't grounded, Groot is an obvious pick. If you're getting dumpstered by a thing, and I shouldn't be saying this, but it's important and I want everyone to know, you should pick Groot. Groot can make anything who's overcommit even harder, making him an easy pick and an ult battery. So get out there, Groots. Put up those walls right behind, and you're going to see the difference of how much a thing player is going to have to change the way he plays because of Groot. Alright, anyways, let's get into the next one. Magneto. Magneto is considered a poke tank in this game, and poking, well, of course, the thing only has punches. There is almost nothing the thing can do while approaching Magneto, while Magneto can take pot shots and be perfectly fine. Now, that's really the only advantage I feel like Magneto has after playing against him quite a bit. You see Magneto in a lot of games. His bubble is good to deny damage for about 3 seconds, which is good at saving people and yourself, but you don't really get anything besides that. Your shield, your magnetic shield, does not do anything against the thing's ultimate, which, by the way, the thing's ultimate is countered by Groot walls. If you think the thing is about to make a play, you can put a wall, and that counts as hard cover. So it's something, hard cover is considered things like, you know, map terrain, anything like that, that stops the thing's ult. Groot's wall count as hard cover. Okay? So again, you feel like the thing is gonna have an ultimate or something like that, throw a wall down in front of him, and now his ult could be rendered useless. Anyways, back to Magneto. His shield can't really do anything. It's good at supporting. The biggest thing Magneto has is survivability and poking. And this kind of goes back into Doctor Strange. So, in Doctor Strange's case, I would feel that Magneto and Doctor Strange could be interchangeable. I think I see more Magnetos and better play from Magnetos compared to Doctor Strange's, but either way, Magneto and Doctor Strange share similar problems and similar benefits. So, Doctor Strange has the ability to poke him, not as far, but a little, about as far. He also has the ability to area control with his expelling magic, which is good for really high damage when you're at full charge. And that's kind of about it. He has a really good shield, but that shield still doesn't count as hard cover, so Thing's ultimate will go underneath the shield. So if you think the Thing has his ult, do not put your shield up thinking it will cover it. It's not going to. You're going to get hard punished. Trust me, I've done it hundreds of times now. I see a Mag or I see a Doctor Strange putting his wall up, and the first thing I do is just walk up and boom, it's clobbering time. Anyways, I feel like Doctor Strange's ult is slightly better than the Thing. I mean, Ultimate's slightly better than the Thing and better than Magneto. That's why I say it's kind of interchangeable. Doctor Strange has the ability to stun the Thing for a while with his ability, with his ultimate, which can make him a really easy kill. Unlike Magneto's ult, which could kill the Thing, but it's just really hard to hit him, so it's not great. And if he jumps to an enemy, you kind of missed. And there's better targets anyways for Magneto's ult. Same with Doctor Strange, but if you catch the Thing in his ult, I mean, just kill him. Again, free ult battery. Free ult battery. Let's see where we're at. So that's kind of the outmatched. You can still win these fights. It's not impossible, but you're definitely playing against the wind. Let's go into mostly even. Venom, Penny, I feel are kind of interchangeable. Again, it really depends on context. Venom is really hard to kill. You can't really kill Venom in this game, especially as the Thing. You can stop him for a little bit, but a good Venom will know how to get out of that situation. So you're not in too much of an issue. Penny, it depends. It's very context sensitive. If Penny has his mind traps down and just is like body blocking the spider nest, it's really hard for the Thing to make a play because he's going to get shredded by those spiders. But if Penny hasn't set up yet, it's really hard for Penny to kill the Thing. The biggest thing that Penny has is the ability to stun the Thing. So even though Thing can't be moved, he still can be CC'd. So stuns work on him. Slows don't work, but Penny's web does stun the Thing, which is really good. We have Hulk next. When talking about the Hulk, it's a little hard. I feel like Hulk and Thor here, as you can see, are kind of interchangeable as well. Again, it depends on context. I think Hulk just brings more to the team, especially with his composition with Iron Man. Even though it was nerfed, Hulk is still a strong character. He's a main tank. He has very good mobility. The Thing can brawl with the Thing, but it's okay. Again, it's mostly even. It's context sensitive. You have the ability as the Thing to shut down his jump, but he has a shield. You don't. He has ability to exile you. You really don't. Now, you might have higher damage in certain aspects with your haymakers and stuff like that. Your ultimate is really good at countering an ulting Hulk. But it's mostly even. It kind of depends, again, on really context-sensitive things. We move over to Thor now. Thor's hard. Thor does a lot of damage. If you're not paying attention, Thor can absolutely shred you, but Thor unfortunately loses a lot of aspects of his kit. He does get the health from using his Mjolnir, right, his Thor charges, but he does not get the pushback. He doesn't get to really bully you like other tanks, meaning Thor loses a lot on his kit unless he's using his Rune Awakening. So that's something that I've seen, and I don't see a lot of good Thors, or I don't see people switch to Thor when I'm playing the Thing. Right? Yeah, he might be the second tank, but you'll never really see a Thor do much because his main thing is bullying people with his Mjolnir push, his shove. But he can't do that to the Thing, so it's kind of hard for him to do anything. And then last, Tomato Can. Tomato Cans are easy. They're normally a lot more in your favor. It's still not a easy kill. It's just easier to deal with. Captain America, unfortunately, even though I really like Cap, is not great. He's a dive tank, but unlike Venom, his dive is easier to track compared to Venoms, who can just swing away into the air, right? And the air is going to be a very big thing, especially in the DPS aspect. But Cap really can't kill Thing. He can't really stop the Thing either. A good Cap can be annoying, but he'll never really fight the Thing. So I can go more deep later, but that's kind of my summary of those things. Let's get into the next one. Let's go into the DPS section now. So again, this is going to be really context sensitive, but you're going to be outmatched by a few DPSers in this game. One is Hela. Hela can about 5-tap you in the head. And there's never a point where Hela needs to be even semi-close to you. And that's something important that you need to remember. Hela is almost always going to be mid to long range. And you just don't have the time to get close to her. By the time she hits you, by the time you get to hit her, she's hit you multiple times. She also has the multiple, like the burst ones, which can do pretty decent. And she has an escape option, which, I mean, if you do dive her, she might be an easy kill. But still, it's not perfect. She still has more opportunities to get away from you. Hawkeye. Hawkeye is kind of the same issue. Does more damage. He can 3-shot as long as he does 2 full headshots, and then anywhere, it's like 1 health for the Thing. But I feel like Hawkeye gets a little too close to the action, mainly just because he needs to charge up that bow. So I would put him a little bit lower. His escape tool is not as good compared to Hela's as well, but still something you have to look out for. These two characters are poke characters. They're going to make your life as the Thing really hard. Wolverine. Now, Wolverine, of course, is the anti-tank. He's the Shredder. He gets banned in every game, basically, because he makes tanks' life hell. Now, the good thing is the Thing doesn't get pushed around. He can't be moved. So Wolverine's, kidnapping and taking the tank to the other team is impossible here. But Wolverine still shreds you to hell. Okay? If Wolverine lands on you, not pushes you, but lands on you, you still get the stun effect of you hitting the ground as if you were pulled away. So, Wolverine, still really strong, does massive damage against you. Do not fight if possible. You should only fight these 3 characters if you have some type of support or you get like the massive drop on them. But even then, you're kind of at disadvantage. Next, we have the 3 flyers. Now, again, this is, in my opinion, the way I would put it. Iron Man has the beam, and he's just almost always out of range. You can't really hit Iron Man. And now with his buffs, makes him really strong. Storm, same issue. You're never going to really be able to hit Storm. She's almost always in the back or in the, in the air, meaning it's really hard for the Thing to get anything done against her. And then Johnny. Johnny is the weakest of the flyers, in my opinion. But he's still a flyer. You're not going to be able to really hit him unless he meteors to the ground. But he still can fly away. You don't have much you can do unless you kind of pop your abilities on him. But still, you're not doing much in that scenario. Now, Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is a really strong character in my opinion. I think Winter Soldier is one of the strongest characters in this game. His pull, while does not pull you away, it still does stun you, and that's important. That still stuns you for a second, which makes him really good. Also, just high damage, good ult. Bucky, is good, right? Just because of that little grapple. The ability to stun the Thing for even 1 second is really strong, because he has no shields. Star-Lord is just hard to hit. He's basically a flying character who's not always flying. He does really strong damage. He's constantly zipping around, making it hard to hit him. No duh. Black Widow is weird. She's a sniper. You'd think she'd be higher, but mainly she can 3-tap the Thing, but you don't see a lot of Black Widows. Black Widow can't really use one of her abilities, her little zip 2, because it doesn't do anything to the Thing. But she can almost always outrun him because she has the sprint bar, and he runs faster than her, but she can just run for longer. And there should never be a point where, as Black Widow, you should be letting the Thing get that close to you. Next, we have the mostly even thing, Punisher. Punisher, again, this is context sensitive. If the Punisher sees you far away, he can kind of shred you. But once you get nice and close and you have your, Rocky defense up, it's really hard for the Punisher to do anything. I've seen so many games, and you might even see it here in the next round, where once you get really close to the Punisher, he's only got a shotgun, and that's really it. Namor is annoying. His squids are the most annoying thing, in my opinion. But once you get close to him, unless he uses his escape tool, which you can still just follow him, context sensitive, really. Same thing goes for Moon Knight. If Moon Knight catches you far away, there's not much you can do. You don't have to worry about its onks bouncing you up. But he does high damage. If he sees you from far away, he should not try. He shouldn't ever be caught down unless he's out of position. But yeah. Iron Fist is just a weaker Wolverine. He does a lot of damage. He can block and heal, so it's a little harder to kill him sometimes than Wolverine in some aspects, unless Wolverine has a second life. But he's just a weaker Wolverine. He has the ability to block, so he can use it on your heavier attacks, whatever. He has escape tools. You know, you can't really catch up to him half the time. Squirrel Girl is interesting. Again, Squirrel Girl is a character that should never really be close up and personal. As she ever does, she has the ability to stun you, and it does stun the thing. He's stuck and cannot move, meaning he's free ult charge again. I would put her higher, but I feel like the other characters tend to do better, and Squirrel Girl does have issues. Still, I think as a character, she's a little too easy, and there's been times where you can catch a Squirrel Girl, right? Anyways, she still has the ability to stun you, and then, you know, if she's worried, she can jump away, right? She can stun. If she gets jumped on, she can stun you, walk out of the range, jump, and get away. If for some reason you have, you know, you can keep chasing her, she has the ability to make her cooldowns come off cooldown instantly as an ability. So yeah, I mean, context sensitive. I think she's more annoying than anything, but yeah. Now, tomato cans, Magic. Magic is a brawler, so even though Magic is down there, I still think you got to be real careful with Magic. Magic does heavy damage, but since you have the ability to shut her down and she's really melee focused, right, it's really easy to slam the ground and she's kind of stuck in place, right, and it's kind of awkward for her. We have Psylocke then. Psylocke is a diver. You're going to see here in a second the divers. Psylocke does a lot of damage, so it's important, and has the ability to not be seen, which is important. But if catching out a Psylocke, super easy. If you catch a Psylocke out, you'll probably be able to kill her. She does have 2 escape options with invisibility and the dash, but both are knocked out. So make it as you wish. Black Panther, I feel like Black Panther and Spider-Man actually could switch. It just depends on the Black Panther and the Spider-Man skill level. Spider-Man is harder to hit, and Spider-Man has the ability to stun you, but Black Panther has a little bit more damage compared to Spider. Then we have Fantastic, it's Mr. Fantastic. He just has the ability to become invincible for a second or become really big, making him hard to kill. But he's still kind of an ult battery. He's really easy to just farm ult off Mr. Fantastic. I've seen so many games where I can just knock the Mr. Fantastic around. And then Wanda. It's Wanda. She has to get close to you to do any massive damage. She does have chaos control, but it doesn't matter really in most times. It's Wanda. We all know Wanda's not very good in this game. No offense to you Wanda mains, but you get stalked by the thing, you're kind of dead. An easy kill. And then last one here. Now this one's a little bit different. I actually changed them up because I think all supports are easy to kill as a thing, but I'm going to rate them on how hard it is to catch them. So even if you dive them as the thing, what's easy and what's not. So we have Rocket. He's really hard. Even if you dive him, he has the ability to heal himself on command, meaning your damage is, you're not going to be doing as much and you won't kill him as fast. And then once he's out, he can just zip away to a wall and just, skedaddle away, and then there's nothing you can do. We have Jeff, who has the similar thing, who has his bubbles. He can still use his bubbles, and then just dip into the ground, and he's gone. Now, Loki, I've not seen a lot of Loki play. I'm not aware if Loki can go invisible if he's stunned by your charge. But, and I don't know if he can teleport, but again, Loki is so far back line that he never has to really worry of that scenario ever happening. And he has his runes. Whenever I jump a Loki, he almost always has rune available, so it doesn't even matter. Now we have catchables. Luna, Mantis are kind of the same, interchangeable. They both have stuns. I think Mantis is slightly easier to do, but Luna does move faster once she gets away. If she stuns you, she can just skate away, and there's nothing you can really do. Mantis, the same thing. Once she stuns you, she can get away. You can try to keep up with her, but she's slept you. Invisible Woman and Cloak are the same thing in slightly different fonts. Invisible Woman has the ability to jump away, but has nothing else, really. Her pull won't really pull you. Her push won't really push you. It doesn't do anything. But she has the ability to become invincible with her double jump, meaning it's hard to track her. But if you are able to track her, she's basically an easy kill. Cloak is the same thing, except she just disappears. And then, of course, we have Adam. Poor Adam can only soul bond, and that's it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I will leave this up as the overall, as I finish here. Here's overall what I would say. I think poke characters and Groot are really big in this game. If you have any questions or want me to go a little bit more in depth this next time around, I gladly will. But feel free to look at this. This is my opinion of what I think is a strong contender. But anyways, take care, guys. Peace out.